Hey guys, so this video is going to be showing you how to exactly place eyeshadow on your eyes. So in part one, I went over eye shapes and what eyeshadow placement is going to be best suited for your eye shape. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually put the eyeshadow on, blend it out, what brushes that I love the most, what brushes that are kind of necessary because you don't need a million eye brushes. And also, I'm gonna go over how to do your winged eyeliner more into detail, just techniques that help me and that have helped me throughout the years and help me to not mess up, because I know that wing can easily go from good to bad in an instant. So I teach you how to kind of avoid that, and also how to put your eyelashes on. I know a lot of women struggle with that, and I hope that I touched on it enough. I try to go as much into detail in these videos as possible, but honestly, it's such a quick thing to learn that if you follow along, I guarantee you you're gonna get it down. Just, if you don't get it the first time, rewind and do it again, and rewind and do it again. That's how I learned. I had to fail before I did it. So that's just how it's gonna have to be with all these videos. Rewind and do it again. Rewind, take it off, wipe it off, do it again, and you're gonna get it down, I guarantee you. By the end of this, your makeup is gonna look so good. So I really hope these videos are helping you guys out. I hope this specific video is helping you with your eyeshadow and how to get it from like just a natural regular eyeshadow to pumping it up a little bit, because that's all it is. Once you get the technique down, you can do whatever you want and run with it. So without further ado, keep watching. Okay guys, so here's 4 brushes that I think are going to help you the most, and it's the only 4 that I'm going to use for my eyeshadow today. So we have our flat eyeliner brush. This is going to help us create an eyeliner if we have trouble with liquid or gel. I love that flat eyeliner brush, and I'm going to show you exactly how I use it. And then we have our blending brush right next to that, the black head, and that is going to help us blend out all of our eyeshadows. Following with that, we have the pencil brush, and that's going to help us smudge out eyeliner or eyeshadows and help with detail. And then next to that, we have the white brush, and this is going to place color on your lid, your shimmers, your brow bone. That is going to be the brush for that. And then the following brush is going to be similar to the blending brush, but it's going to be a little denser, and it's going to give you more color payoff. So not only are brushes important, no, it doesn't matter how much you spend on them, but the shape does matter and what you use them for. Also the hair. This white brush is synthetic hair, so it's going to help you pick up more creamy eyeshadows with glitter, and it's going to give you a much richer deposit. Whereas the natural hair brush is going to blend out your eyeshadow, and it's going to be more controlled of a placement on your eyeshadow. Also, another important thing is it really matters where you hold your brush. I know that is crazy, but where you hold your brush depends on how much eyeshadow you're going to put on your eye. If you hold it from the ends or like towards the ends, you're gonna get less color. If you hold it closer, you're gonna get more color. Just like if you're writing, it's art. That's just how it is. So we're gonna start off with a very simple color palette, just browns. Again, the same color palette that I used in my previous video. And we are going to start with the basics. We're starting like if we don't know what we're doing at all. And I hope I cover everything. So you always want to start off with a clean base. You can either use concealer or you can use an eyeshadow primer. If you don't have an eyeshadow primer, just use your concealer, but you're going to want to set that with your powder, with your face powder, with any kind of powder. Set that eye so that when you put, because if you don't, and if that color is that concealer or whatever you put on there first is still wet, the eyeshadow is it's not going to blend nicely at all. It's going to look dirty, muddy, and you're not going to get a good end result. So I start off with my concealer, and then I put powder on top, and then I'm going to go with the all white shade all over my eyelid. This is just going to ensure that everything that I put on is going to be smooth and blended out. And then depending on your eye shape is where you're going to place the following color. But we are going to go in with the light brown. We're going to go in with this color, the light brown. And we are going to place it as our blending color. So you want to start off with your light brown first. I know in the previous video when I showed you about your eye shape, I did place the dark colors first, but that's because I was showing you placement on where it flatters you most. But once it comes down to actually doing your eyeshadow and all these different looks, you're going to want to start from light to dark because less is more. If that makes sense. You can always add, but you cannot take away. It is so difficult. So then we're going to go in with so we started off with the light, and then we went down here, and now we're gonna go with this shade. Still using the same brush. You don't need to continue to, you don't need so many eye brushes. We're following along, but a little lower than that shade we put down first. The reason for this is that shade we put down first was to help blend everything out, so you're not going to have lines. So the shade you put down first is your smoother. When I'm placing this eyeshadow, I'm moving my brush in very tiny circles all the way in. That's going to give you a blend. So I'm doing this with my fingers all the way. This is how you get blended eyeshadow. Tiny, tiny circles. And my hand is placed in the middle. So I don't want a lot of color, but I kind of do. Tiny, tiny circles. All the way in. And then we're going to go with the next darker shade. We are going to go in with this color. Since I am doing my eyeshadow based on my eye shape, I'm gonna focus this color on the lash line, but you focus it where I told you it flattered you, if you want to follow along with my steps. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit of a denser brush, and this is going to give us more color, and I need it a little flatter so I can get down to the bottom. So guess what I'm doing? The same little circles, but I'm focusing that color on the lash line. The entire time I do my eyeshadow, when it comes to my browns and my blacks, I'm gonna do circles. I'll tell you when I don't, but most of the time it's gonna be nothing but circles. Okay. I'm gonna go in with the black, and I'm gonna use my flat brush. This color, I'm gonna focus on the lash line. This is gonna be my fake eyeliner, but it's also gonna be the depth that it's gonna make my lash line look thicker. So I am just stamping this on my lash line. If you go straight across, it's gonna be very difficult, very messy, and you're gonna get black eyeshadow all at the bottom. So you wanna just stamp it as close to the lash line as possible. And then shift it up. All the way across, I'm pressing it and I'm shifting up, flicking up, all the way across. It's gonna give us a smoky eyeliner. Now I'm going to go in with that pencil brush. This is going to be the brush that I use for detailing. And I'm going to go in with this dark brown shade again, this one. Putting my pencil brush in it. Also, don't add too much eyeshadow on your brushes because that can like mess you up. So I'm getting that pencil brush. Guess what I'm doing? Circles again, all along that lash line. Just little tiny baby circles, and since this brush is smaller, it's going to give us even smaller circles. It's really going to help us blend that eyeshadow out so well. And this is just the basics, guys, so you can use this technique of like what the movements that I use with my brushes and everything with actual colored eyeshadow. So that's why it's so important to know the basics of eyeshadow, because once you know the basics, you can implement the eyeshadows that you want to wear for, you know, your outfits or whatever. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You know why? Because once you have your eyeliner on, your lashes on, your bottom eyeliner on, your mascara, why do you need more? So from here, all I'm gonna do is place my shimmer eyeshadow with that flat brush. What I recommend for shimmers is to spray your brush. With some sort of like water or spray or whatever you have. I have a flat brush with me. You can only do this, you can do it on natural hair brushes, but I like to do it on synthetic brushes because it doesn't ruin them. And with this look, I'm either done, I put my mascara on and I leave, I'm good, or we can take it up a notch. This is so universal, this eye look. Here we can add a shimmer. So when you do your shimmers, you're going to want to press it on because we want that color payoff. And if you want it even more intense, guess what your best friend is? Your actual finger. Look at that. Look at how much eyeshadow I got with my finger. Okay. Going back in with that blending brush because we don't want lines. And I'm doing little baby circles. Little tiny baby circles. Just to blend in that shimmer. And then I'm going to go back into that tiny little baby detailed brush. I just cleaned it off a little bit. And I'm going to go in with a light white shimmered shade. I'm going to put this right here just to open up my eyes. But do this according to your eye shape, guys. It's so important. And that's it. My eyeshadow is done. My eyeshadow will literally take me 3 minutes because I've done it for so long, and that's my technique on eyeshadow. It's so easy and simple, and you can rewind it and keep watching it over and over again, and you'll get it because it's easy. It's all about the eye brush movement. It's all about your hand movement, where you hold the brushes you use, and where you're placing your eyes and what to start with. So I hope that covers it all for eyeshadow. Now I'm going to show you the easiest way to do a winged eyeliner. So I kind of faked a winged eyeliner with that flat eyeshadow brush, but I'm going to show you what I've found the most simple to do on myself and other people. I like to start off with the end because that way I'm less likely to mess up. You know how sometimes with your winged eyeliner it can be very long very quickly. So I like to start with the tail. That's where I start. And then I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to go to the inside. Let your brush do the work for you. Stamp on as much as you can. just doing little tiny stamps until I get kind of midway. That's gonna help you get a very thin, easy, straight line every single time, is making little baby stamps. And then I connect it. And then I just fill it in. I'm stamping right here just to make it even. And honestly, guys, I don't like eyeliner on myself like this. I haven't done it in years, so I'm gonna smoke it out, but you can leave it if you like winged eyeliner. I prefer a more smoked out eye. So I'm just going in with my pencil brush again and just gonna blend that eyeliner out. You don't have to do this. This is just how I like it, and I have to film something else after this. So don't mind me. But if you want to follow along, follow along. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you how to apply fake lashes. And I know it can be intimidating for a lot of women, but I'm going to show you how easy it actually is. Make sure I'm in frame. Okay, so first things first, I have a very big tip for you, and it might completely change the way you put your eyelashes on. What I like to do, I like to curl the lash. So, I'm just getting my eyelash, 1 second. Okay, so here's my eyelash that I'm going to use. Grab your lash curler, put your eyelash inside the lash curler. You see? My eyelash is inside the lash curler, just like if it's my real lashes. You're gonna curl them. And this is going to help your lashes not lift. It's gonna help them be comfortable. It's gonna help when you put them on. Because when the eyelashes are in the packaging, they're not curled. They have no shape. So how are they supposed to just magically lay on your lash line and not lift up? You need to help them. So I like to use this lash glue. I put just a thin line of lash glue on the lash band, and you wait. 30 seconds minimum. If you don't wait 30 seconds minimum, they're gonna slip and fall everywhere, and you're gonna get frustrated, and it's gonna get messy, and you're never gonna put them on because you're gonna give up. Wait 30 seconds. Let it dry. And the easiest tip I can give you is to don't hold the mirror in front of you, hold the mirror under you so that you're looking down instead of looking straight forward. That way you're seeing exactly what you are doing. So, I'm gonna hold my mirror like this and look down at the mirror, and that's gonna help you so much more than if you look straight forward. When you look straight forward, you're not gonna be able to see your lashes and your lash line and your lashes. So you wait 30 seconds, that should be good. Pop it in the center, hold it, leave it alone. Tuck your side in. And hold it. Tuck the other side in and hold it. And it's on. From here, you just pinch. Real lash with your fake lash. To make sure they're blended and they look good. And either before or after you can add your mascara. I like to do it after just because I haven't done my bottom yet, and I like to do both mascaras at the same time. So your eyelash is on. And that's it. If you start noticing that it's lifting throughout the day because your eyes water or whatever, just pinch it. And your glue should be good since you waited for it to get tacky. And that's how I do my eyeshadow and my eyeliner and my eyelashes. I hope that helped you guys. And